Hi, welcome back to Home Stuff Review. Today we're going to take a look at what I keep inside of my Milwaukee Packout Backpack. Okay, let's take a look. So as I get into this, let me tell you a little bit about my philosophy for this bag. This is not a bag that I use for a special purpose. I'm not a tradesman, so this isn't just for plumbing. It's not just for electrical work. I use it for general purpose. So my idea here is to keep a little bit of everything in here so that I can take this around and use it for any of the kind of DIY or odd jobs around the house. Okay, inside this outer shell, first of all, I guess I do not keep anything as of yet attached to the Moly. I have a Moly clip here, but I'm not really making use of that right now. Inside, since this is kind of a protected area here, I keep a little bit of the more sensitive equipment that I have. I have a stud finder that I use a lot. I have a smaller meter that I keep in here. I keep a small socket set in here. I probably would use this a little bit more for the bits. It's good for getting in places where it's a really tight fit. They're in these small sleeves here. I mainly keep pens and pencils. So you can see, Milwaukee marker, a couple pencils, a longer Phillips bit, and a couple small screwdrivers. Up in this top pouch here, I keep a headlamp. This thing is awesome. You look like a dork wearing it, but it really comes in handy where you're working in spots where there isn't much light. Some extra batteries. Some targets for laser measure. Emery Stick. This I use probably once every maybe 18 months or so. For my sensor that indicates whether the furnace is lit or not, that kind of gets gummed up a little bit sometimes and the furnace won't stay lit. So I use this to clean off that sensor. All right, that's it for that bag up on top. So down below here on the left, I don't have anything inside that pocket. I have my voltage detector here. Use that a lot. I have a reach marker. I have a reach pencil. I use this a lot. And I'll go through some of these marking utensils because I think there's some pretty cool stuff there. I have some extra bits for a precision screwdriver and the precision screwdriver. In this pouch here, I have a Bosch laser measure. This is a Bluetooth model, so it comes with an app where you can store your measurements and sketches and so forth. I'll probably do a separate review on this unit. It's pretty handy. All right, so that's it for this section. Now for the big section. So inside here, I keep a couple power tools. I keep my impact driver. And I don't keep a drill. I've been trying to, for all of my drilling stuff, I've been trying to use just the impact driver. Because as you know, it's great for driving in screws, but I have bits for it and sockets, so I try and use it for everything that I can. It doesn't have a clutch, so that's probably the biggest disadvantage for using this. I also keep a multi-tool in here with a wood saw attachment. So this is great not only for if you have to cut a little bit off wood, not necessarily a precision cut, but also if you need to cut out some drywall for installing electrical boxes, and so forth. All right. So in the bottom here, I have some bit cases. Here I have, here's some Milwaukee impact drill bits. Here's some DeWalt bits, magnetic bit holder, longer Phillips, a bunch of different bits, socket adapter. Gets me through most of what I need. All right, so that's it for the bottom. You can store quite a bit of stuff here in the bottom. Let's take a look at what I have inside the zipper pocket. Some sanding stuff for the multi-tool. Another saw blade for the multi-tool. Some wire nuts. And that's it there. So in here I have a couple kind of detail tools. There's a magnetic pickup tool. That's nice if you drop a screw, and you know, that's nice if you drop a screw into a place where you can't reach it with your hand. And then also, you know, an inspection mirror. Also good for getting in tight spaces. Razor cutter. Lineman's pliers. A larger set of dikes, diagonal cutters. Plastic pry tool. These are good for if you're working on dash, installing a radio or something where you want to be careful not to mar the plastic surface. This is another kind of plastic pry tool that's good for kind of getting underneath things if you need to. So a mini hammer, a stubby hammer, just in case. Obviously not good for, you know, big uses, but for small uses and just being able to carry around, this works good. All right, so this is a pretty cool tool that I bought, I don't know, maybe a year or less ago. Probably for, you know, last, you know, 20 or plus years I've had an old Radio Shack automatic wire strippers. And it was automatic only to a point. You still had to put the correct, you still had to put the wire into the correct cutting surface. With this, it automatically adjusts. You do still need to, you know, it handles things from very low gauge to high gauge, so you sometimes do have to adjust it a bit. But for most sizes, you can just kind of keep it adjusted and it'll do the job. All right, let's take a look and see what else we have in here. This is a small pair of dikes. This is good for electronics and low voltage wires. Can get in really tight spots. An Allen key set. All right, let's go over to the other side. All right, in this pouch here, I have a 9-inch level. And the nice thing about this level, I love this level, it's lighted. So if you're in a dim room, you can easily see the bubble on this. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but it's great, and you can kind of switch it to either side too. Has a magnetic bottom to it. Strong magnets. I like it. All right. Medium-sized channel locks. I use these mainly for plumbing work, getting around, for loosening up drain pipes and so forth. And I kind of have pliers over here on this side, so just a small general pliers. Needle nose pliers. Smaller needle nose pliers. Gazillion and one paint tool. They keep putting more and more stuff on this. You can kind of pick away at stuff. It works good as a pry bar because it has a lot sharper edge to it for getting underneath molding. You can pull small nails with it. You can see it has a few sockets here, cleaning rollers, bottle opener, and I haven't used it, but they even have a bit on here for a screwdriver bit. They even have a screwdriver bit on here. Small pipe wrench. Adjustable wrench. Small pry bar. Stubby screwdriver. Definitely need to have one of these where you're in a tight spot and a full-size screwdriver won't work. Now this, I really like this screwdriver. It's a ratcheting screwdriver. You can lock it off, obviously ratchet it on either side. I can't do it with one hand, but let me reconfigure it here. You can press this orange button here, and you can reconfigure it into a pistol grip screwdriver to get a lot of leverage. So 1 second. So here you can see it configured in the pistol grip, and all I had to do was rotate it while pushing this orange button here. You can really get a lot of leverage with that. Milwaukee 11-to-1 screwdriver. Comes with a number of different bits, as well as it handles a few different size sockets as well. This might be a bit redundant. I don't know if I'm going to keep this in here for long term. And a long straight bit screwdriver. Okay, so one more compartment over here inside. And this is meant for a jab saw. It's protected with plastic so that it doesn't cut up the inside of your bag. I have a jab saw, but I don't carry it with me. I don't really have the need for it. I use the multi-tool if I need to cut into some drywall. What I do keep in there is a 1/2-inch chisel. I have a protector on the end of it, but you know, it kind of keeps it protected. So that's it from the inside. All right, on the outside there is a tape loop here, and I keep just a little bit of general tape here, some plumber's tape. Actually, this is rated for gas pipes, and some electrical tape. Spin it around to the other side here. And I don't have anything right now in either of the drink holder spots, but on the tape holder clip, I don't really keep my tape directly on there. I do have a tape measure inside here, but what I keep in here is a small pouch. So the idea here is that I can take a few tools out, put it in the pouch, and attach to my belt so that I have them with me and can carry them with me. I can just kind of keep this here and go mobile with this kind of as my home base. Now, as you might recall, On the bottom of my backpack, I attach one of these Milwaukee organizer boxes that snaps into the Packout system. I thought I'd also show you a little bit about what I carry in here. I don't have this fully outfitted yet, but on these, these are super heavy duty. None of the contents that is in here will slide around or shift compartments while you're traveling with it. It has really solid locking clamps on here. It's waterproof and has these trays inside here. Like I said, I don't have this fully outfitted yet, but some of the stuff that I like to carry in here. And I'll put links to some of this stuff because, after doing my research, these are some of the things that work out really good. So I have some coated screws here. These are 1.25 inch. These are good for, getting stuff through drywall and, smaller stuff into drywall. And they're good for putting in the wood. Because they're coated, they're rated for outside, so they're good general purpose. These are 1.25 inch. I'm going to get some of my longer ones in here as well. And then I just have some nails here for my nail gun. And then some other anchors here. These kind of anchors, you can take a Phillips bit and they just drill right into the wall. No, you don't have to get a drill out and pre-drill a hole or anything. Just screw these in and then the screw fits right inside there. Here's some regular kind of plastic Moly type anchors. These are good for drywall. They can also work in concrete or brick as well. And these are kind of a variation of a toggle bolt, except for they're kind of more convenient. So instead of having to drill a big hole with a screwdriver, put in a toggle bolt, and then try and get the screw in, this is kind of all in one. So you take this, and it'll drill its own hole, and then you put the screw in, and you keep drilling, and the toggle will automatically flip out and then tighten up. So they're kind of the equivalent of a toggle bolt. So these here are rated to hold 100 pounds, and then these plastic Mollies are 50 pounds, and these screw type ones are good for 50 pounds as well too. So the nice thing about these too is they have a special tip on them that, if you happen to hit an area with drywall, with nothing behind it, they're fine. And if you happen to just line up over a stud, the tip of this will go into the stud as well too, so you don't have to worry about even figuring out where if it's going to hit a stud or not.